being supervised, and the international companies are participating in this, and pedagogical experts from England are also attending to evaluate this. But this is a pilot. Once the pilot is completed, I submitted to the Minister of Education before that we could have all the courses from the kindergarten to the 12th grade.
Yes.
It would take 2 years, and it would not cost more than 100 million Egyptian pounds.
For all the schools of Egypt.
For all this. I think we spend much more in getting hardware like
Publishing
computers and things like that, and they stay in the labs without being used. We cannot have a successful e-learning in our schools without having the content, and the content is required to we require to convert all the traditional books and literature into electronic learning, which
Yes.
will make the things successful.
Yes. Now, Doctor, I want to discuss with you another issue concerning the process of e-learning. And, you know, nowadays, and with this generation, it has become very hard to control students within a classroom in a normal atmosphere of a face-to-face interaction. How will that be monitored and organized through the use of e-learning, the e-learning process? I know there would possibly be video conferences, but in terms of putting the class together, making sure that they abide by the rules, when it comes to the examinations, how is that going to be controlled through e-learning?
In fact, I want to put the meaning of e-learning in general. If it is conversion of the system, the traditional system of schools with their classes and so on, this is one type of e-learning. The other type is distant learning. The distant learning is the teacher and the student, they don't see each other directly. They either see it through the courses which are on the website or portal for this for education, where they have all the courses prepared by the teachers, and they are using it, and the teachers on the other side monitor their performance. There is also the virtual classrooms where the teacher and the student meet on the video conferencing, as you mentioned, and in addition to that, there are libraries of question banks and libraries of learning resources digitally stored on the internet, and this is the whole operation is done without having to have a one-to-one or face-to-face with between teachers and the student. They communicate through the internet. It is very successful all over the world. This and people can have from school to undergraduate to graduate level learning through this distant learning.
But Dr. Ali, do you think that we have enough qualified teachers? Because teachers are the main component, one of the main components when it comes to e-learning here in Egypt and of course all over the world. What about the teachers? Do we have enough qualified teachers to be teaching through an experience such as the distant learning or the face-to-face learning through the e-learning and the e-books?
They have to be trained. If you talk about the Ministry of Education, they have now an academy for teachers, and this academy is its main objective is to qualify the teachers. All the things that was done by the MOE in the past was general awareness of using the computer and so on, but to qualify them for e-learning, they need more advanced training
Different
and
experiences,
certification, and I think this is in the process of being done. The 20 schools I mentioned, the teachers were trained by several multinational companies in order to be ready for this experience.
Yes, apart from e-learning, you're also a consultant of e-publishing.
Yeah,
and
yes.
Here in Egypt in particular, how is that supposed to be again monitored and organized? I mean, if somebody wants to publish a book or an article online, how is that going to be monitored and managed here by officials in terms of the credibility again of the book? Because I believe that there is an institution here who's responsible for the censorship matters and reviewing the content and the context through e-publishing. How is that monitored here in Egypt?
Okay, I think the publishers, in my opinion, they are not publishers of books. They are publishers of content. Once the content is made, it can be published on books and it can be published electronically on the internet. So we have two processes. The first process is to convert the content from book format into electronic format. Then we have to place this on websites or stores. Like we have now Apple stores, Android stores, Amazon. They will place these on these stores, and we have to do marketing for them, electronic marketing, in order to let the people know it all over the world. The advantage of e-marketing over the normal marketing, which is very successful for e-content, that you don't need to go to exhibitions, you don't need distributors. You have everything on the internet. Once you publish, all the world will see your product, but you need to tell him and point about the place you have this content and how he is going to pay and how he is going to receive it, of course, through the internet.
Dr. Adel Khalifa, the IT consultant and the former chairman at the Arab Association for E-Publishing, thank you very much for being with us today on my cruise. Thank you. Now it's time to go out for a quick break for a report about tourism in the Red Sea. But before that, we can hear again from the Cairo boys.